morale is really low. For some federal workers, this was totally blindsiding. For other federal workers, maybe if they were fired later over the course of these, last several weeks, they maybe saw it coming, they were expecting it. I think for a lot of folks, they might take a pay cut to join the federal government. They join for the mission and the stability of the federal government. Even if some of these people are reinstated ultimately, there's definitely trust there that's lost in federal workers.
Within 2 or 3 days of Donald Trump being inaugurated as president, DOJ had basically assigned 2 representatives to Treasury to throw themselves into these BFS systems, which contain the personal and financial information of every American who's ever transacted with the federal government. If you're a taxpayer, it includes your name, your birth date, your social security number, all sorts of very sensitive information. And there's a lot of concern from cybersecurity experts and government efficiency experts about are proper security protocols being taken by these 2 representatives who have ties to Elon Musk and haven't necessarily been vetted in the way that someone who typically does have access to these services would be.
This is an administration that does use uncertainty and vagueness in a political way, and that creates like an interesting dynamic as reporters where it's like no one knows what's going on or everything's confusing, and that's kind of the point. They're trying to shake things up, and that creates different dynamics for how you go about reporting a story.
It's challenging to be hearing things and continue to get the same boilerplate response from the front doors of agencies. The consistent, we're complying with the executive order, and continuing to hear in places like Congress, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what compliance means for this executive order or what the DOJ is doing. So I think the lack of information out there about what is going on is pretty startling.
I definitely echo the sentiment in terms of how quickly things are moving. I've never seen this in my entire time here. You talk to a lot of folks, and I think that's by design. In some facets, they're trying to create chaos and do things in a way that they can move quickly to accomplish some of the items on their agenda list.